Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's evening show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time where you see our program, for here we will bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, let me take you through tonight's evening show. So the Metro can they give us these fresh updates? Can they let us know say Arsenal actually were interested in Pedro Neto, but they had to pull out of the deal because of Arteta's concerns. So those concerns, now the normal concern where almost every other Arsenal fan they concerned with. So they say Arsenal concerns saw Arsenal pull out of race for £54 million, Chelsea signing Pedro Neto. So the team will make Arsenal actually pull out for the race to sign this player is the injury concerns. Injury concerns of the player. He gets so now with nothing again. He gets because there's this narrative, even though there's an atom of truth in it, say the guy gets plenty injury. I remember when they first mentioned his name, many Arsenal fans the para. We don't understand, just like as Arsenal the para for Kingsley Coman. We don't understand injury prone. Let us understand injury prone because see me Baba injury prone. So at the end of the day, who don't come injury prone? So we'll just watch. In fact, I want to see how this guy go play for Chelsea. Let me see whether that injury prone. Whether now for only Wolves, that's in the like maybe Wolves get a substandard medical department. Like you don't really nobody really knows. So now part of the thing where I won't even check. Now obviously don't play for Chelsea. Let me see. Whether I go miss so many games. Get even Roy Keane said they talk about time. Roy Keane say, but I don't sign the guy. Say the guy like to run. If you don't run up and down, next thing will go injury and miss like 10 games. Come back, run up and down again. But more just they see how everything go unfold at the end of the day. Now, yeah, right. Also, they suggest say Arsenal actually made a mistake by not hijacking a deal from one of our rivals. When I see this headline from Now Arsenal, I say, who in right to talk about? So I entered the story. I read the entirety of the reports. So Ian Wright was talking about Dominic Solanke. So basically, the guy did very good. Say Arsenal for actually sign him. Say Arsenal for no less. Tottenham Hotspur sign Solanke ahead of them. Now, many Arsenal fans don't really share this point of view. Many people don't really regard the guy. Like people don't see him as a step in the right direction, like the number one striker we were supposed to get. Because people they look at him like the Nketiah level. But this guy said he scored like 20 goals. And the score goals too. He scored goals for Bournemouth last season. Like they were dependent on him. We make Anje Postecoglou one day proud. Like the man they happy say yes, we don't buy our own striker. We did very happy with this guy. This guy will do a whole lot for us. Well, all this is now risk. You can't really say it will not pan out well or it will pan out well. Now time will tell. So once season don't start, we can see the way the guy play for Tottenham Hotspur. Then Postecoglou go talk say, yes, I know what I was doing. But if you know really work out, so people will say, we will talk say this guy now because they play for small team. Because the way teams go they mark you when they play for Bournemouth, it no go be the same way they go they mark you when they play for Arsenal. When a player like that comes to Arsenal, he will be ganged up on. For in life, I'm not saying that experiences they call ganging up. That be Bournemouth in the play. When they gang up against Bournemouth, say Bournemouth they come now to defend out with the whole. Nobody get in time now. But when you join Arsenal, they're gonna say, Baba, space no day. You guys look for why I want to do no space. They go play 10 men behind the ball. If God come want do you bad, they can't go first to score. Baba, they go put layers and layers of defense for there. So now you go know how you go can't take the decipher all those crypted defense and run set up. So more just to watch, I'll use a keen eye. I'll put a keen eye out on this Dominic Solanke for Spurs. Make I see. Nobody let me say many people say we observe and make them see how he go play for this in new club, Tottenham Hotspur. Now, away from that, the London Evening Standard could let us know say Mikel Marino is not going to play for Real Sociedad until they finalize in deal with Arsenal. So even this La Liga, because La Liga said was to start as EPL the start. So their first game, I think it is Rayo Vallecano, say he's not going to be involved. In fact, let me read the report as it was put out. They say Real Sociedad are set to leave Mikel Marino out of their squad for this weekend's La Liga's opener amid transfer talks with Arsenal. Now, the Gunners have seen a £21.5 million bid knocked back by La Real, who wants £30 million for Marino despite his contract expiring next year. Now, it has been reported that Arsenal will take their time, and push this deal towards the ends of the transfer window to try and knock down Marino. Oh God, you got to say this in a tactics. London every time they put out this night. I tell this in a tactics. They won't chill. They know say Real Sociedad said they desperate to sell this player. Say so that's why Arsenal said won't chill till the end of the transfer. When they reach the end, maybe 3-4 days to go. After I no agree. Real Sociedad say okay, Shakara not too much here. When I bring the money more, no wait till Bologna do. Bologna do shakara. Last we see end down. As long as player don't tell you say, Baba, see I won't go. So when I free the matter, so we can finalize the report. So when you look at the last paragraph, they say according to El Desmarque, so the midfielder is set to sit out Sociedad's clash with Rayo Vallecano on Sunday because of negotiations that are ongoing. So all things being equal, we expect negotiations to go normal. Make you go well, I made the player self, they apply pressure, put pressure on them, but they free you, otherwise you will go out as a free agent. You see these reports what the Sun put out. I mentioned this thing in the morning. I said I don't see some rumor that something is happening. So the Sun finally put out an official report about it. So they say there's going to be a major change to Premier League rules that could actually nullify Arsenal's secret weapon in a major blow to Arsenal's title hopes. Now, when you look below the headline, they say this change could limit one of Arsenal's biggest strengths. And our big strength they talk about now set piece. They say we will score plenty goals from corner, free kick. Now, they say a strict rule change to set pieces is going to be introduced in the Premier League this season. Now, part of this story put out by the Sun. So when you look at this picture, did there. If you remember this match and the match we play against Tottenham Hotspur last season, you see what Ben White is doing to Vicario. You get this type of thing. If it happen again this season, they go give Ben White a yellow card. Say the FA, the PIDGIN, they don't talk, say they won't stop him. They don't tell all the referees, VAR, say anything like this. But they make sure say they penalize the striker, and protect the goalkeeper. Nobody should touch the keeper. Don't go near the keeper. In fact, when you look at the caption in this picture, it says teams will no longer be allowed to obstruct opponents. In fact, in the morning, I was saying they should not limit it to only goalkeeper. It should be generic. And as you can see, it is you are not allowed to obstruct opponents. Whether a strike, whether a defender, whether a goalkeeper, you are not allowed. In fact, the story reads thus, they say, according to the Times, acts of holding, blocking, obstructing the set pieces will be penalized more stringently from this season. The new rules could hinder Arsenal's attempts to dethrone Manchester City for the Premier League title because Arteta and his sides are expected to go toe-to-toe. But the Coco Bison and Nicolas Jova will be our set-piece maestro, our set-piece coach. Now he go see how he go take change in tactics because people no lie. Based on saying why they disrupt keeper, they allow us not to kind ball enter. Because if keeper they allowed unobstructed, in go wrong come outside. Punch ball, you get. So I don't see as it be. In fact, I was thinking they would name this law the Ben White rule. That's what I was thinking because I believe that because of Ben White, they do this law. So it is what it is. We'll see how everything will unfold as it goes. Now, even goal.com actually published this same story. They say bad news for Arsenal. You see how everybody they associate Arsenal with this law because they're not saying that because of us they change this rule. That's what I'm telling you. It should have been mentioned. It should have been called the Ben White rule. So they say bad news for Arsenal. Major Premier League rule change could spell the end for Mikel Arteta's best weapon as Gunners aim to take down Manchester City. Now, when you also read Goal.com's reports, a portion of the story states the bigger picture. So they say, according to the Times, if I'm not to waste time on the first paragraph, let me look at the second paragraph. They say for the 2024-2025 season, officials are expected to pay close attention to sustained and impactful holding, not footballing impacts on an opponent's movement and a clear interference when you interfere with somebody's movements, his ability to play the ball. So you're supposed to clamp that, which means that's what happened to us against Newcastle. Where I think it was Joe Linton. I mean, who was that? We'll rest on top. What's it call him? Gabriel Mogales. They should have penalized that type of thing because you were actually hindering his ability to play the ball. So nobody let this set piece. So many things will still go unnoticed this time around for this new season is going to become noticed. So more just watch how we self will dance around all this surrogate dance, get, and make sure we bring a new format. We'll see. After all, we get many top players. So all this are Paul go enter. So don't be by blocking goalkeeper. But the parade shall know how to take the wine and the enter. Now, Newcastle are saying they are not going to sell Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal or anybody. You get, say, because they don't believe, say they don't meet their quota. Say they don't be safe from the profitability and sustainability regulation or the financial fair play policy. They believe they are safe. They don't sell players, so they need to sell. You get, they sell Jacobo Minter and so many other players. So what? Me, I don't really think Arsenal really going for that player, it gets, but small just leave that one. Now, Sky Sports, when they do a feature story on who will be crowned champions of the EPL. So Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, they're going to get disagreeing thoughts on who will actually win the title. Now, Jamie Carragher, when asked if he thinks if Man City's dominance will continue, Carragher told Sky Sports, unfortunately, yes. Arsenal will be the closest challengers, but Pep Guardiola, it doesn't matter what league he's in. Most often than not, he wins the league title. On the other hand, people like Gary Neville say, no, I disagree with you. Last season, I rooted for Arsenal. No, say last season, Gary Neville actually said Arsenal win the league, even though it don't happen. This season, he still feels say Arsenal are going to win the league because if you say Arsenal can go one better than Manchester City, they are now ready. They have the needed experience. Last 2 seasons, 5 points differentiated these two sides. Last season, 2 points differentiated these two sides. This season, what will happen? So everybody, they say from last 2 seasons till now, there has been progression from Arsenal, from the 5 points gap to the 2 points. So this time around, the team Arsenal will come overtake. Gets. So remember, I think there was somebody that said this in the morning, says Fabregas. Say Man City, the way that they play now, they can't go better than they are. They cannot improve more than the way they are. For that reason, in they see Arsenal overtaking them. The only way Man City can go is to go backward. There is no space again for France. What did they want to do again? So now only Arsenal remain to move forward. And that's what Gary Neville is saying. Gary Neville, you talk like a better person. Now when league start now, Papa go say, no, from this thing I'm seeing, Arsenal winning the league again. I don't say with Arsenal fans that they usually do banter plenty, but this time around, we'll see how everything will unfold at the end of the day. Even Paul Mason, himself, come and make a controversial Arsenal Premier League prediction. The Premier League title prediction. So Baba when they talk, say, make everybody calm down. All this one where people they talk, say Arsenal will win the Arsenal. It is dangerous to talk up Arsenal title winning credentials in this way. Make una calm down. In fact, Papa said it is dangerous to talk up Arsenal's title winning credentials this season and fears. He's fearing that injuries, he's scared that injuries could leave Arsenal battling for top 4 spots. Now, what's he in the sea? Now, according to him, because the talk say Arsenal actually need to get a striker. He gets for the way when they see. Although, say, Arsenal don't add the versatile defender Ricardo Calafiori from Bologna, and they're still searching for further additions to add more to their squad depth ahead of next season. So, Baba, they feel, say, all this when they hear right, left, and center, Arsenal will win the league, Arsenal will win the league, Arsenal will win the league. Make it no go backfire, make it no go put more pressure. I think I mentioned this in the morning, say, let this thing not bring undue pressure on the team. You get? That's what Baba they say, look, we take them easy. People calm down because we go overhype them. But it is what it is. He's entitled to his own opinion at the end of the day. So even Alan Shearer, come aside, they single out Ricardo Calafiori. Now, Alan Shearer is saying that this Calafiori is going to be like a potential difference maker for Mikel Arteta this season because the way they see it, I think it will be a really tight race for the Premier League this season. In fact, say they even now say the way they evaluate them now, say they see more than 2 teams actually competing for this thing. You get? I think the usual teams you would expect to be up there who already spent a few quid will put themselves up there in the better position than where they were last season. But oh, Baba, they talk plenty. But if you say Calafiori is going to play like a major role this season, imagine we had a Ricardo Calafiori last season to cure that Zinchenko problem for that left back. Some things will happen through that left back for no happen. Though, I still in the realm of speculation, we don't know whether Calafiori just said go do one go. Like, nothing is impossible, you get. But I just have a strong feeling that some lapses may happen for that left back. As I say, Calafiori day beforehand, if it not happen. But well, who knows? No, I know be God now, so I know if you tell. So, my dear Arsenal lovers, the biggest news of the night is the fact that today we are getting reasons why Arsenal actually pulled out of this Pedro Neto race. The Metro put out the story, Mirror put out, like so many media houses actually put out this same story, and at the same reason why all of us know. The reason is just injury concerns. Arteta and I actually make Arsenal pull out because Arsenal had data. They had a dossier of data on the player. They love the player. They appreciate the player. They want to sign the player. But Arteta put a hold on that deal. Say, no. This guy missed so many games for Wolves. He's a good player, no doubt, but his injury record is so horrible. For that reason, and no one sign player will say when they matter most, I'll come to find out. So, one sign Kingsley Coman. The same problem where they affect Pedro Neto, then they affect Kingsley Coman. Some people are even saying, nice, they affect Leroy Sané. So, I'm even extending it to Victor Osimhen. So, at the end of the day, people like me now say, okay, let's do a case study. At least we don't see what Pedro Neto do for Wolves. So now we don't join Chelsea. Let us see whether he will replicate that same injury trajectory. Or maybe the situation will be, say, Wolves get an underfunded medical department. When if he really handle them with care. Now we say don't go Babaolo, don't go the theater where money day, where they are supposed to have a good medical department on paper, more than Wolves, most see. Whether the same thing would happen, then at the end of the day, if people like Pedro Neto goes on and gets a blast, plays so many games for Chelsea, people are going to be turning back and telling Arteta, you for signer. That your fear, we are premature. You for signer. But at the end of the day, now what's happen for future? Now go judge whether this decision what Arteta take. Say they don't sign this guy, even though Arsenal are interested. Now then we will know whether the end justify the means. I be whether Arteta no do well. So when that time reach, we will judge them at the end of the season. So, my dear Arsenal lovers, I think this is a fine place for us to call the show an end. So, it's like come your way tomorrow morning to give you the morning show. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of the night. All right, guys. Now get mouse. Now, bye-bye. With that ball.